It's called Shoulder Shoes, and basically what it is it's a business that takes rubbish from the ocean and makes it into shoes and other such clothing for poor people and people who can't afford stuff like Nike. So the purpose, of course, is over time that we want to be able to clean up the oceans, because the oceans around Dubai are getting pretty disgusting, not gonna lie. And the idea that I had was, instead of leaving it and it going to a main place in the middle of the Atlantic, why not just collect it and make it into something better? So my first idea was making it into shoes, like Adidas has done with the Parlay combo, and it stops problems like this occurring. So another purpose of the business, a vast amount of products from the ocean can be used to create other things such as clothing, and they can also be used to make water bottles. So that will also be something that we will do in the future. So my main vision is to help fishermen who have been taken out of business from mainstream producers and who have boats, and get them to collect rubbish off of from the ocean, so that they can regain their livelihoods and just have purpose. This is going to lead to them having a purpose in life, and what we're going to do is, when we make them, 80% of the profits made from the shoes is going to go to the poorer regions for people to help develop their lives and to make the economy a lot more stable. As well as this, it's going to help wildlife, like in the previous slide where I showed you the turtle. It's going to help animals like that, and also fish and stuff who have plastic in their stomach. Right, so our values are the 3 Ps, which is preserve, provide and pay back. So we want to preserve life in the oceans, we want to provide people with livelihoods, and we want to pay it back to them through money from the shoes. We want to preserve the biodiversity, so that's helping the turtles. And we want to produce shoes for a low cost at high quality, so that people who can't normally afford Adidas or Nike will have the same sort of feeling of respect in society and how they feel together, you know? So after the first year, I want to have cleaned up most of the litter out of the ocean around Dubai. This is so that it will be a starting point, and then other companies can get involved and help us in our mission. And by 2040, I want to have cleaned up about 20% of the ocean, which is in, 21 years. This is through help from other companies. And I want to make sure that fishermen who have been out of business for quite some time are getting back into it by not so much fishing, but using their boats for other means, so that they can continue having livelihoods and not be, oppressed by people like mainstream fishing consumers. So the level of funding is, we're going to start off with start-up cost is about £15,000, because we'll need it for equipment to make the shoes, and we'll also need it for initial payments to the boats, because we can't exactly get them to do it without fair payment to start off with. And this, however, doesn't account for the continual costs which will be going into the fishermen and into the business, so that we can make more shoes per fisherman, so that it's easier for us to make a large bulk of the products. So our stakeholders are going to be board members, funders, customers, members of the social enterprise, staff and volunteers. The board members, as the company is going to be run by board members, because not everyone can focus on not one person can focus on the whole aspect. So I have different people that will delegate through the board members. The funders will be other companies that want to work through us. Customers will be people that are buying the shoes, and then their money will be going back to the fishermen. Members will be smaller companies, not as big as us, that can help us with the development. and the staff and the volunteers are people that will be working for us to help produce the shoes. So our board members, as I say, they will deal with the financial aspects of the business, and they will also be they'll be making sure that the funding from the funders is correctly put to use within the business, so that they all have different amounts of finance going into their relative aspects of the business. Next slide. Oh. Cheers. The funders will be big companies that we'll approach over time so that we can get as much money as possible into the business. This is so that we can develop, get better machinery for building the shoes, and also get more fishermen on our payroll so that we are able to get more litter out of the ocean. The customers, they will be changing over time, because the customers that will initially start off will be just people who want to buy shoes, but then over time it will change to environmentalists and other such people who want to help the environment and help save the animals in the ocean. A negative impact is it will be hard to please our customers, because after having made our shoes, and they'll be good for them at the start, but then when we start to get as a bigger company, the more demand will mean that we'll either have to lower the price, or if there's not enough demand, we'll have to raise the price so we can keep funding the business. Some of the members that we will have will just be a smaller company, so it'll be a basic smaller company, because we want to get them on our side so that in the future, when they start to grow, we'll grow as well, and it will help us maintain continual growth of the business. The staff is just basically, we want to keep the morale of the staff high, so we want to make sure that they all get a good amount of money and a good amount of finance, because we want the staff to be happy so that when they're working, they don't feel like they're being hard done by having made cheap shoes that are really high quality and they're not getting paid back for it. And the volunteers is that we're just going to have them help the business, and they can come in and do it as they want, but they'll be under strict guidelines from our board members so that we are able to make sure that they don't go off on a tangent and they are focused and committed to the job at hand. So in order to improve our stakeholder relations, we're going to implement some rewards programs. So that we'll have events and rewards nights so that people who have done exceptionally well in their fields can reap the rewards of that. So we'll have raffles and gala dinners and stuff like that, so that we can help build a good relationship, and also maybe possibly bring in some more stakeholders into the business so that we can help grow. And the benefits to potential funders is that we will have financial independence, so we won't have that type of, we won't be like most non-profit organisations where we won't have problems within the benefits for potential funders. It's just, we're going to have to grow the scope and the size of our services under traditional models and funding and grants and donations. This will be through maybe the government or some other funders that will just help us drive the business through. The social enterprise that has been designed is for the board members, and we're just going to keep them happy through maintaining funding into their sections so that they're able to keep going as a business. The customers, we're going to meet their needs by making it cheap and affordable shoes so that they don't have so there isn't any issues, and they'll feel like we're not doing them dirty in a way. The members, we're going to keep them happy just by making, the members will be our least of our worries. They're not going to be our main priority at the start, just because we want to start the business and get it growing first before we bring in members under our business, so that we can maintain a good level of work. The staff will boost morale, so we'll give them a good amount of holidays and make sure that they are tended for